Remember the first time you walked into a cheer gym? Maybe it was the first time you saw a competitive cheer routine on YouTube. The spark was lit and cheer captured your heart. A small flame started to grow inside of you. Do you remember the first time you fell in love with cheer? I know I do. I was in third grade, attending my older brother's basketball games. Rather than doing what my parents probably wanted me to do, which would be watch his game, I was captivated by the athletes on the sideline. Watching them toss each other in the air, flipping down the court, and leading and motivating the crowd in cheers. I'm telling you, I still remember that moment more than 3 decades ago. I want you to think of your passion for cheer like a campfire. You have to take care of it in order for it to grow for a long period of time. Now, if you put lighter fluid on your campfire, what's going to happen? That's right. The flames are going to get huge, big, bright, and hot. You're probably going to have to walk away a little bit because it's so bright and it burns your skin. But if you were to put lighter fluid on a campfire, it's going to burn out fast. On the flip side, if you're passionate about cheer, but you're not investing in it by doing the work necessary to reach your goals, all you're going to be left with are red hot coals. So today is the first video in a 3-part series on burnout. So what is burnout? So burnout is the feeling of complete mental and physical exhaustion, which leads to an athlete feeling unmotivated. You may be wondering, all right, so then what causes burnout? Why does somebody end up feeling unmotivated by the thing that they once were so passionate about? Well, what we know is that burnout occurs when an athlete is under so much stress and they don't have enough recovery time from that stress. So let me give you an example of what I mean by stress. We're talking about 2 different types. We have physical stress, going to tumbling classes, attending private lessons, going to practice, thinking about cheer constantly outside, trying to work to improve your flexibility, doing conditioning on those weaker areas of your body. Well, in itself, all of that just makes you an elite athlete, somebody who loves their sport and is doing everything they can to get better. But the problem occurs when you don't give yourself enough recovery time. All elite athletes know that you must take time off and you must let your body and your brain recover, which leads to the second type of stress, mental stress. Sometimes there are things outside of cheer that lead to you feeling more stress inside of cheer. It could be having high demands at school. It could be stress with friends. It could be feeling pressure from your coach, your parents, or even your teammates to get skills or to hit skills. Or finally, this stress that's mental might even be coming from you. This internal stress of not meeting your own expectations. So, how do we know if we're starting to experience the signs of overtraining or of burnout? When you start feeling sad, depressed, irritated, or what I recognize when I'm starting to feel burned out with things that I love, when I start getting quick to anger, which means things that would normally I brush off, when I get really angry about them quickly, I know that's a big sign that I'm starting to burn out. So just because you're experiencing burnout, or maybe some of the stages before burnout, does not mean that you need to quit. Doesn't mean that you need to stop. What it means is that your body and your brain are telling you there's something wrong. So before I sign off, I want to talk to you really quick about the 3 different stages of burnout. The first stage is staleness. Staleness is quite simply when your skills start plateauing, despite working really hard, spending all these extra hours to get better, which leads to your motivation dropping. The second stage is overtraining. So you're spending all those hours, like I was saying, thinking about cheer and working on getting better. And you just start getting worse. That is a huge sign of overtraining, and that's going to clearly lead to your motivation severely dropping, which will quickly turn us into that third stage, burnout. And again, we talked about burnout is when we are just exhausted mentally and physically. The desire to go to the gym is not there. We would rather do anything but, so we just have no motivation. Athletes, remember, this is the first video in a 3-part series. In the next 2 videos, I want to introduce you to some of the common misperceptions of burnout, as well as the solutions on how you can become that energetic, love for cheerleading athletes that you once were. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.